Um, you're sick as heck. You're laid up in the hospital and you're infirmed. You're reaching your maybe end of life. Maybe you had a motorcycle wreck. Maybe you have some disease or some sickness. And your motorcycle club brothers, and your motorcycle club extended family and the sisters and the associates and the friends of the club and all of those folks want to come and give their support and show you how much they love you. But there's a problem. The wife, the mother-in-law, the sisters, the brothers, the family, somebody or somebodies don't like the club. Pissed off at the club. Angry at the club. And so they use their power, the power of their bloodline, to exclude you from your brothers and sisters. We're going to talk about that after this.
Nothing tops your cup. Nothing tops your cup. Nothing tops your cup.
Into the Black Dragon and listen to his knowledge. This is Biker 101, and he's professor to the college. Posting up videos on YouTube, coming directly to you, showing you the ins and outs of what not to do. Truly a breed apart. Subscribe to his channel. Some try their best, but they don't match his candy. Don't believe me, it's cool. Tune in and hear him on truth. He's straight schooling you. His vids are the proof. He's filled with desire. He's filled with respect. He's filled with the fire. He always comes correct. Was 5 years to prospect. He didn't care about his label, but now he runs the Black Sabbath. Set in stone is his fable.
Black Sabbath forever, forever Black Sabbath.
Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Howdy, folks. Happy New Year. I think this is like my first Sunday back or something like that in the new year. Is this the first Sunday of the new year? It might be the second Sunday of the new year. The round table will be back maybe next week because I will be in Louisiana at the PROC. I will be selling my books there. And Uncle Shaggy will be speaking there, which is absolutely cool. Uncle Shaggy will be speaking there, and Big Bone, 1%er, will be speaking there. Uncle Shaggy, 1%er, will be there. Big Bone, 1%er, will be there. And maybe even Archbishop might be there. I'm not quite sure, but it's a good possibility. There's going to be a lot of great people speaking there. And I'm going to try to see if I can't get all those guys in on a video next Sunday, if possible. I can't promise because everybody will be leaving out of their Sunday, so I'll have to get a video done early, maybe a taped one. But if not, since we'll all be on the road, you can look for the round table to be officially back the third weekend actually the fourth weekend, because this is the second. So we'll be back with all the interviews and everything for sure on the fourth Sunday. So next Sunday I might be able to, all of us are together. We'll be meeting each other for the first time. I've never met Big Bone in person. I've never met Shaggy in person, although I have spoken with Shaggy for years on the phone. but we've never met in person. I feel like he's a brother, and I've never laid eyes on him. But the same thing with Dibber. I've never met Dibber in person. I've never met Hollywood in person. I've never met Danny D'Lo in person. So we're going to all be meeting up and looking each other eye to eye for the first time. Sometimes you don't like people that when you meet them, like you've been talking to this girl on the phone and she's all sexy and stuff. You remember when phone sex first started, and then you go meet her in person and you be like, I can't believe I even liked you. But I'm sure I'll like them. They might not like me, but I'm sure I'll like them. Hey, listen, so tonight we're going to talk for a little bit about something that's been going on, and something that happens. And I really don't, I as a national president, I've seen this so many times, I really don't need a round table to talk about this, but I want to kind of warn you guys and set you up for taking this on successfully. And, you know, it's like I did in the setup for this show. And that is a lot of times you will have a situation in the club. And let me say this. Like, share, and subscribe this content, because this is going to be content that helps people out in other clubs and people you know. So do your liking. If everybody hits the like button right now, it'll drive the algorithm up and more people will start coming on. So hit that like button, support the channel. And this is going to be good information for some folks that need to hear this, that are new to motorcycle clubs, or even people that have been in motorcycle clubs for a while. So like, share, and if you haven't, subscribe. Now, here we go. The motorcycle club world is not for everybody. No, they talk about 99 percenters and 1%ers. The truth of the matter is 99% of bikers aren't in motorcycle clubs at all. Only 1% of us are even in motorcycle clubs at all. It's a cultish-like activity, secret society that nobody really knows about, and nobody gives a damn about other than us. And nobody wants to be a part of it. Most especially, a lot of times, your wife, your family, your mother, your father, your best friends, your girlfriend, etc. I'll never forget my best friend in the whole wide world, Keith Quentin Corley. I used to call him Quentin, his middle name. But before he eventually became a member of the Black Sabbath, probably 15 years after I was a member, or even 20. I remember one time he worked up at Hewlett Packard in Rancho Bernardo, which is a suburb of San Diego. And they called him Alcatraz because he, after we did our submarine tour, he went off into the security world, where he ran security for the border and all this other stuff. He started at the San Onofre power plant, nuclear power plant, and he moved over. After that, he went to Hewlett Packard, where he was like, I don't know, second in charge of security or something. And they called him Alcatraz. And I remember I was really getting deep into the motorcycle club world at that time. And my best friend in the whole wide world, I was going to go visit him. And he sent me a message. Text messages were just coming out in like 1995 or so. And he sent me a message. He said, hey, man, if you're going to come up and visit me, please don't wear that biker stuff. Please don't wear that biker apparel, that motorcycle club vest and all that. I know you might be riding your motorcycle, but don't wear that. Because he didn't want the affiliation of a biker in a gang coming up to see him. And we laugh about that now, all these many years later, because now he's a biker in the same damn gang, right? But the funny thing was, he's not alone in that. Most people don't know the difference between 1%ers and 99%ers. And if you're in a motorcycle club, you're in a gang, and that's it. You're a gangster. And most people say, "Hey, so tell me about that. Tell me about that gangster. Tell me about that gang you're in. You're in a motorcycle gang, right?" And they mean that. They mean that stuff. So it's not. It's no surprise. It's no surprise when your family members just never really quite get it. They never quite get it, and they never quite understand it, and they never quite understand your participation in it. They never quite accept that with you. And in many cases, they blame the MC for poisoning your mind. They blame the MC for some kind of way leading you astray. It reminds me of when I had my first motorcycle wreck of note. I was 15 years old, pulling a wheelie down the street on my Kawasaki 125. No, my Yamaha Enduro 125. And in Oklahoma, where I come from, you could get your driver's license to operate a motorcycle at 14. You had to be in at 9 p.m. You could only ride between the hours of 4 a.m. and 9 p.m., which none of us ever obeyed that. But I'm riding my Enduro on the street, and I pull a wheelie, and I roll past a car in the center. And another car is coming, and they're making a for them, it would be a right-hand turn into me. I'm in the wrong lane, passing a car with one wheel in the air. And as I drop the wheel, there's the car turning into the lane head on. Slam on the brakes, the back tire slides. I get sideways and I hit the car, the left front bumper. Bam! And screwed up myself, and they took me to the hospital. So there's a kid in there. They put me in a room with this kid, and this kid is a juvenile delinquent. Really cool kid. I'm 15. He's about 17. Really cool kid. He street knowledge and everything, and real smart. So as we're laying in the hospital for a couple of days, I forget what he was in there for. He comes up with a bright idea. Hey, let's cut off our hospital bands, go across the street to the bowling alley, hang out a while, buy some hamburgers and French fries, and come on back. I thought this was a superb idea. This idea was superb. So we cut off our bands. We go across the street. We hang out. Thing was, he was a ward of the state, so there was nobody to check on him. But when I got there, my mother was sitting there waiting for my black ass to appear, and she was enraged with this idea that I had agreed to. Next thing I know, the hospital staff are coming in my room, removing all of my articles and moving me to the room across the hall, private room. And he was severed from me, severed from all contact. I was no longer allowed to speak with him. And my new best friend had been taken from me forever. I don't know, ever knew whatever happened to that guy. I really liked that guy. He was so smart and mature. He knew so much. He was so cool. I was going to be friends with him forever. No, and he's put a stop to that. And I was like, well, what are you doing this for? This is so over the top, mother. That guy has negatively influenced you, and I won't have it. Yeah, she blamed him. And I was the one that said, yeah, the whole time. Now, granted, I wouldn't have come up with the idea on my own, but it was a damn bitchin' idea. It was some so Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys. It was like the thing to do. Motorcycle clubs are seen that way as well. They are seen as those guys that negatively influenced you. It wasn't, I sought that out. I wanted to do that. That is who I wanted to be. It wasn't that at all. It's they've done you wrong. And so they never stop blaming the motorcycle club. They don't stop blaming the motorcycle club because you decided not to come home at night. They don't stop blaming the motorcycle club because you had 4 or 5 whores, which you were going to do anyway, but they blame that on the motorcycle club. They don't blame it. They don't stop blaming it on the motorcycle club because there's strippers over on the stripper pole and there's a boo-boo room in the motorcycle club. And you never had to go in there, but you were the biggest supporter of building that room out. But it's not your fault. It's the motorcycle club's fault. And they sure don't stop blaming the motorcycle club. When you get in a wreck and you rip your arm off or your leg off or you're about to die, it's the MC's fault. They were the birthplace. They are the birthplace for all of your bad behaviors. It's the we MC. It was them, not you, especially when you chose to lie on us. I'm going to go hang out with Black Dragon and the boys. And you're off with your side piece somewhere. Oh, I was with the motorcycle club. No, and you went and got that girl pregnant over there. But you used us as your excuse, so they blame us. They blame us. And now they get an opportunity to punish us because you're sick, you're infirmed, you're laid up, you're dead, and they get to take out all those years of anger on us. On us. And that's what they do. They take it out on us. They don't let us participate in your funeral. They don't let us come see you in the hospital. They don't let us come sit in the waiting room. They don't let us hang out with you at all while you're sick. They don't let us lead the procession. They turn on us angry at us because of you. When you're hospitalized and your wife turns against the club, it's crazy. Especially when your children and your wife haven't gotten along ever. And now the children and the wife are fighting and they want to bring the club in the center. Boy, you're trying to take up money. You're trying to decide, well, am I taking up money and giving it to the children? Am I taking up money and giving it to the wife? What am I to do? Puts the club in an incredible situation. Hey, Harley House, I see you. Thank you so much for that donation. Everybody follow suit and donate to the Super Chat or to our Cash App, $ Biker Prez. Support the channel. We appreciate that. So anyway, you have to understand that if your wife never liked the club when you were alive and kicking and doing well, she ain't fixing to like the club when you're sick, infirmed, or laying in a coffin. If you want our participation, if you want our support, if you want our love, if you want our phone calls, if you don't want to be, it's funny, man. You'll be laying up in the hospital and you'll see the worst side. She will have sectioned you off from your brothers. And there ain't a damn thing we can do about it. Because she's your legal person. She's your guardian. Has your power of attorney. She's your boss. She's your all. And we were nothing because we ain't blood. And blood matters in those things. Bro, you're sitting there wondering, why have my club brothers not shown up? And we had no ability to show up because she stopped us. She treated us like red-headed stepchildren. Or gray-headed ones. Anyway, you get the point. Absolutely. So, what can you do to stop this? Hey, we appreciate that donation there again, Harley House, man. Just love you, man, for throwing that on us here. You have to. This is one of those things, bros. Have you ever seen that commercial for that car thing, Car Shield? And now they got Vivica Fox doing it. And remember her, she was, so fine back in the day. Let's see. I see what's going on. My producer says Harley House is going to be, are you going to be at the PROC? Oh, January 19th to 23. Where is that? You want an autograph? I'll find that Harley House. I'll get in touch with you, man. And whatever you want, you got it. I'm kind of reading what my producer's saying and going on at the same time. Sorry about that, y'all. But this is, you got Vivica Fox, and she's doing her thing, and she's trying to get you to buy this insurance. And she says one thing that resonates above all things. She says, "Now listen, darlings." Right, and you always wanted to be called a darling by Vivica Fox, right? She's looking at the screen like she's talking to you. And I'm looking at her like, oh, me? Yeah, listen, darlings. Make sure to buy Car Shield before your car breaks down. It's like pet insurance before your pet gets sick. It's like car insurance before. You got to do this before. So what I'm telling you right now, this game I'm giving you, this secret I'm giving you, is you got to do this before you get sick or hurt or something. We appreciate you there, Cigar Box, for your donation. Damn, Harley House. Wow, dude. Appreciate you again. I don't even know what the hell to say here. It feels like Christmas in January right here. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Fan character bouncing their heart-shaped ponytail with stars in their eyes. I appreciate that. Harley House says giant pear character waving flags and turning around, making buildings in front of him tremble. Oh wow. So here we go. I'm going to give you guys this game here right now. And this game is important. You have to set up the club, especially if you know you have a parents, wife, significant others that are particularly against the MC. You know good and darn well that you're going to have to set up the MC to be able to see you. When you're sick. And the only way that you can really do that is with a power of attorney or something like that. You have to include the fact that you want your motorcycle club to lead the procession of your funeral procession. If you want your club to be in front, you got to put that somewhere, your will or something, so that it's well known, so that your wishes are granted and not the wishes of the hater. Thank you for that donation, Big Ray Man. Appreciate you. Much love. If you want to be buried in your cut, you got to make that known in a place that it matters. Or you can damn sure expect to be laying in a suit and tie. If you want your brothers to carry your coffin, listen, people can be mean during funerals. My sister's husband was somebody that my mother hated. He was one of her pallbearers. I don't know how that happened, but I knew she would turn over in her grave if she knew this man was carrying her coffin. So at the last minute, I changed up the programming where he couldn't be a pallbearer. He was absolutely hurt behind that. And to this day, after seeing his reaction, I still feel bad. Now, this is like the first time I'm ever like publicly admitting that I did that. And I felt bad because it hurt him. People can be nasty like that during funerals. It was a nasty little act that I did. A lot of times I tell you guys stuff, not from what I've heard, but for what I know. All the things I'm against, sometimes I once was. I've been a penis head. I've been mean. I've been rotten. So when I tell you guys, hey, don't do that, that's rotten, it's not because I'm such a great guy. People can be mean during funerals. But I just knew, I was like, my mom hates this dude. I'd never let her know that she had been carried by this guy. But people can be meaner than that. So if you want to be carried by your brothers, you have to ensure that. You got to ensure that people know that are going to make that happen. You put that down in words, in a document that will be followed, like a will or a power of attorney or something. I'm not an attorney. I can't tell you what documents. We have to call our attorney and find out. We'll have him do a show for us. But I'm trying to tell you guys that this happens. It happens when you're sick. One time we saw where a club had asked a hospital person, an administrator or whatever, one of the guys, he had a friend that worked in the hospital, and they were like, hey, we want to know where our people are. Did our person get in there? And that person said, oh yeah, you're the club, sure. He's in room 2201. Well, that violates HIPAA laws, or HIPPA, whatever they're called, the secrecy laws, the hospital laws. And that person's job was threatened because the wife was angry. She didn't want that club to know that where her man was. HIPAA, my producer says HIPPA, HIPPA. Appreciate you, man. So she didn't know, she didn't want the club to know where that man was. And so as a result, the woman or administrator, whatever the person was, almost lost their job because of a mean, angry spouse. These are things you have to consider, especially if you know you got a mean, vindictive lady at home that you can't hardly control yourself. How would a motorcycle club present you or not carried by them if you personally chose to be cremated? I've never, all of our brothers have always been buried, so I couldn't tell you on that one. But I mean, if we had to, we would just carry, we'd all get around with one hand in a circle and carry you in your urn on the platter or something, but we'd get you there. We'd get you there, Harley House. We'd get you there. Don't worry about that. We got you, man. We got you. Somebody asked, can you legit be buried on your motorcycle? Absolutely. There was this black lady who buried her son on a motorcycle. Yeah, I found it. It's right here. Let me pull that up for you. Was this a police officer that was buried on? Actually, it seems to be, now that I'm looking at this, quite a few damn people that have been buried on their motorcycles. There's images all over the place. Here, let me pull some for you. Pull the screen up for you guys here. Just so you can see that, hell yes, you can be buried on your motorcycle. Here's a guy right here. United States man buried sitting on his Harley Davidson motorcycle. They got this big old case for him. Man, I dig that guy up and get that Harley. Quit playing. But anyway, it's a little picture. I hope you can see it. There's a lot of these folks that have legitimately been buried on their motorcycle. My computer's slowing down here. Too much going on. But yeah. So there you have it, man. You can be legit buried. Here's another one. This guy was buried in World War II. So yeah, there's a few folks. The one I remember was like in Chicago or something. This black lady buried her son the whole burial was like, $100,000 or something. People who got it, bro. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. You can be legitimately buried on your motorcycle. There it is. You saw it first here on Black Dragon Biker TV. Okay. Now to get rid of it. My whole computer slowed down here. We probably got some kind of virus. Black Dragon immediately thinks of grave robbing. Hey, you're going to bury a dude on a whole legitimate, and oh my gosh, they got him being pulled behind. Here's the really, really freaky part. They have him being pulled behind a truck. Like, I don't want to drive by and see this. Let me show you guys this. This is horrible. You see that? He's being pulled down the road. I mean, you're looking over at him like, is that guy dead or alive? Creepy. But hey, you can do anything if you have the right money. Somebody says they can still carry you to the cremation. There you go, Harley House. They can carry you to the cremation. Yeah, because you got to be in a coffin to get to the cremation. I'd want the club to give me one last ride in my jar on the back of a bike. I've seen that one before, too. As a matter of fact, one of my club brothers did that. I'm trying to remember which club brother it was. I think it was out of maybe the Wichita chapter. He gave his father a ride across the country to the ocean and then poured his remains out into the ocean. One of my club brothers did that a few years back. It's something that can be done as well. I have unsubscribed and subscribed and still no notifications. I'm going to call them tomorrow and figure out what's going on. You're not the only person that's saying that to me. All right. So this, to reiterate, somebody said, I wonder how he would sit up straight up and down. Yikes. Yikes is the word. They probably glued him on there because his hands are on the handlebars. I mean, hey, man, with the right money, taxidermists came in there and did your boy up right, And it's kind of macabre to me, but hey, if I was John Travolta, he probably wants to be buried in one of them 707s he owns. So he's probably going to have a whole, 707 buried with him at the, it's the amount of money you got, man. Put me in the saddlebag and take me on just one more ride, says Harley House. Absolutely. Devil says, bro, we gave Cuban and Irish and Fall Risk a last ride in their urns. Yes, we did. We absolutely did. So yeah, we did that in May, I guess it was. I didn't think about that. I'm getting old. Yes, we did. We gave our brothers and sisters their last rides as well. So bottom line here, if you have a wife or a family member that would be in charge of you, be in charge of who sees you, be in charge of who hangs out with you, be in charge of who gets to visit you or who gets to participate in your funeral or whatever, and you know that person ain't right with the club, and you want the club to be associated with you and a part of you and a part of your support, then don't wait until you're in that situation before you ensure that those wishes can be fulfilled. Another thing is, don't lie in your club. Don't create a situation in your club where your family member hates the club. A lot of you guys do that. And a lot of times it's not your fault. A lot of times you don't understand that the club, the family members kind of put it, it's a club or me thing. It's a me or the club, or you against the club, or some kind of way the club has done you wrong. Just because you love the club or you treat the club like family, they feel almost like it's a competition, almost like you pick the club over them. And they will use their power of the blood against you when you're infirmed or laid up or in a coma. And they will separate us from you. And there's nothing we can do to get to you. Nothing. So stop that. Let people know how you feel. Let your important folks know how you feel. Let them know that the club is not a passing thing. We didn't convince you. We didn't, this cult, we didn't take your mind. We didn't brainwash you. You wanted this. This is a family that you chose. And you want those wishes to be respected. And if you have any inkling that they're not going to be respected, then you got to make the power move, man. The power move. And the power move is, of course, to ensure that you get something in writing that makes sure that your wishes are observed and not someone else's. All right, we'll cut real quick to the comments this Sunday. Let me get over here. I haven't done comments in a while. Dog on a Hog says, pour my ashes down the carb and blow my engine as I pass through it. But bro, do you even still have carbs on your motorcycle? That's nice. Herb McNeely says, I've told my wife when I'm gone, I want to be put in someone's saddlebags and 100-mile ride. So I guess a lot of you guys want to be cremated. I want my whole body. I don't want to be cremated. A biker's last ride is to release the ashes into the wind, says Life's Resurrection. Let's see. Put on the back of my jealous B word on the top and have one of my family members ride her with Mama Row on the back and let me go into the wind, says Merlin. But all you guys have this, sailors do that. When I was in the Navy, we had to pour more sailors into the ocean, and the submarine sailors want to be poured from a submarine. And you don't want to pour anybody from a submarine because you're going to get ashes all over you no matter how you do it. There's always wind out there, and you can't, it absolutely sucks. And when you're a low man on the totem pole, you're the ashes pourer. So when I was in E1 and E2, I was out on the plains, pouring people's ashes out and getting them all over me, because that's just the way it goes down. And I did not realize that so many of you guys in the motorcycle club world want to be poured into the wind. When you pour someone into the wind, you pour them all over you. I just want you to know that. You get a whole mouthful of your homie. I'm glad I'm not the low man. The prospect will be doing that. I promise you. Yes. Here's Richard Egan, always for the club. I wouldn't be pissed if I got like dug up and my motorcycle was taken, if it was a deserving brother riding it out of my tomb. Oh man, that's beautiful. Yeah. That was beautiful. I appreciated that. Let's see here. Get down here towards the bottom. A lot of the old school bikers I know get buried in their colors. I didn't realize things have changed. It's too pouring people into the wind. Outlaw Preacher. I didn't realize that so many people wanted to be poured into the wind too. I appreciate my submarine brother correcting my terminology, although he spelled it wrong. The planes I was talking about are called fairwater planes. And I guess some submarines don't have them anymore. They now have bow planes. So on certain submarines, you wouldn't be on the planes. You'd just be in a conning tower. That would suck. Let's see. Cremate me and put it in a 5-gallon paint bucket with a 3-foot of detonation cord is setting me off. Boy, you guys, I want to be put in Black Dragon saddle for my last ride, but you're younger than I am, so I'm probably going to go before you. But if you should go before me, I will put you in. Oh, Harley House, don't do this to me. As long as I don't have to pour you in the wind, bro, you got to ride. Oh my goodness. So we got about 3 more minutes of this. Let me see. Give my bike to my prez. Give my bike to my prez. After that, as long as my brothers are there, I can go under anyway my family wants. I can go under anyway my family wants. Just give my bike to my prez. That's nice, man. Sean T says, I don't care what happens as long as my friends and family get absolutely wasted. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. What do we have here? They don't put ashes into fireworks. I'm not quite sure what that one was a response to. Smoke them up, someone says. Have me tell you the ashes crazy lady story on Discord. Oh, I can't wait to hear that one. Which, by the way, folks, I will be in the Discord channel for about 10 or 15 minutes after this show. So if you want to go hang out with me in Discord, make sure the Discord is in the link below. We got about a minute and a half of any other comments you guys want to give. I want to again say thank you for my donations tonight. Super Chat, Big Ray Man, I appreciate you. Harley House, man, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Cigar Box Skinny, I appreciate you. This is somebody always makes up a name and gives me money. But I appreciate everybody so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Any last comments here? So I will be in the at the PRO, the PROC. It's going to be in Louisiana. It's going to be in about it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I think it ends Sunday. There's like a breakfast Sunday morning or something. So I'll be there for that. I'll be selling my books. If you come there to see me and you've already bought a book from me, then bring your book and I will be more than happy to autograph it. If it doesn't have my autograph in it, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. And come hang out with me there. Big Bone will be there. Big Bone 1%er. Shaggy 1% will be there. And maybe some others. You might even get to meet Archbishop. I'm not sure, but I think I might have heard that he would be there. OG Weasel will be there. So you get to see OG Weasel. OG Weasel was here in Atlanta and just for the weekend, and I hate that I missed him, man. It just really sucked. Okay, so we're at 45 minutes. I think that's pretty good. Just to hear me shout. Man, take care of yourselves. Life is short. Love each other and treat each other like precious pieces of of invaluable gold nuggets. Treat each person like it was your first gold piece you dug out of the ground. Like when you'd say, "Eureka! I've got a gold piece." That's what happens when you have a real friend. And if you know that you love your club and you want your brothers around you, make sure before you get sick that you set it up that they can be around you. Listen, I'm Black Dragon. You can get me on Black Dragon Biker TV, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We do a show on LinkedIn, a live show. We do a show on Twitter, and we also have our show on Twitch. So check us out on all those places. Check out our TikTok. If you want to read our stories, we have breaking news stories on bikerliberty.com, which is our online newspaper. Also, our online podcast is the Dragon's Lair, LAIR, Motorcycle Chaos. That's our online podcast. And you can get that every place that you get podcasts. It's syndicated all over, Apple Podcast, everywhere. And make sure to check out my new channel, which is MC Protocol 101, just everything that I do where I speak all long and everybody hates that. All of those videos over there are short and very to the point about MC Protocol. And then, of course, Think Tactical. We're going to be talking about a 6-year-old kid who shot a school teacher and all kinds of things like that, and how to be tactical and how to be aware of things that can happen and how to keep yourself and your family alive in these trying times. Hey, we're now at this for 45 minutes. I appreciate it, and I love you guys. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for my donations. See you on the other channels. Make sure to go check out Harley House on TikTok. Harley House has a great show over there, man, and you guys will absolutely love it. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Check out my Discord in the description link below and come hang out with me in Discord for a few minutes before I call it a night. Hey, man! Thank you so much. Let me get to the right outro button. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Hey, subscribers. Whenever you are in Macon, Georgia, you have to get over to my Motorcycle Club Brothers Cigar Lounge. Haley's Cigar Lounge on Ingleside Avenue has a night or several nights just right for you. Monday night football kicks off the week. Wednesday is whiskey night. Thursday, ladies night. Saturdays are make your night. And wrapping up the weekend, it's Sunday football. Haley's is closed on Tuesdays. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere at Haley's. Hang out at the bar or outside on the patio. They can also host your small events. Haley's Cigar Lounge, 2308 Ingleside Avenue in Macon, Georgia. Be sure to tell them Black Dragon sent you.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospects Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Prepare your...
And we will see you in a minute when we break out. The first one that we're looking at is
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?